Hello and welcome to Only 3.0. Hope you're having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. So I want to introduce you to a very important company and player in the NFT space, Yuga Labs. So Yuga Labs are one of the, or if not the biggest name, the biggest intellectual property in cryptocurrency at this moment in time. And this builds on the video I made, my last video about NFTs in general and CryptoPunks. So Yuga Labs recently acquired the right to the CryptoPunks brand when they purchased this from Lava Labs. So Lava Labs were the company that founded CryptoPunks, or the team behind CryptoPunks, and Yuga Labs have bought over CryptoPunks and another project called Meebits off them. But what are Yuga Labs known for? So Yuga Labs are known for a project called Bored Ape Yacht Club. You've probably seen it, all these pictures of wild, fancy apes and monkeys all over the place, and all this hype about apes and monkeys. So I'll scroll down and I'll show you a bit more about what Yuga Labs are famous for. So this is what Yuga Labs are famous for. Your Bored Ape Yacht Club, you know the fancy pictures of the apes you see all over the internet, all over Twitter. And then the Mutant Ape Yacht Club, it's not everyone's taste, but it's a very popular, very exciting project, and it's doing very high volumes. Then you got your Bored Ape Kennel Club, which is basically like your this kind of companion dog project they made. And I mentioned earlier, they now own the rights to CryptoPunks and Meebits through purchasing them from you from Lava Labs, and they also have this metaverse they're building called the Other Side. So here's some of the kind of flicks into that. So why are Yuga Labs such an important company and a company for you to watch? The reason for that is they are effectively creating the playbook for why high value NFTs have a future, and why this could be an incredibly successful category of cryptocurrency projects. So what do I mean by high value NFT? A high value NFT is an NFT where the collection, the project has a very, are sold for high prices. And if you look at the current sales of Bored Ape Yacht Club all time, look at the all-time high sales for some of these apes. Some of these NFTs have gone for, look at this one here. Ape number 3749 sold for $3 million. Ape 8585 went for what, $2.7 million. And look at some of these prices that some of these apes have been sold for. 2 millions. Incredible. Even look at the last 24 hours, you've still got apes selling for $153,000, $137,000. So the collection itself has an incredibly high price tag and are sold for extremely high values. And why is that? That's because these aren't just profile pictures. What Yuga Labs have built here with their Bored Ape Yacht Club brand is an IP, is an intellectual property play. Just like I mentioned in the last video about Disney owning, the rights to Marvel, and they've made so much money from the movies and selling merchandise from, various brands and the Mickey Mouse and franchise, etc. So too is Bored Ape Yacht Club following that path and creating an intellectual property with commercialization rights from this profile picture project. So where Bored Ape Yacht Club derives its value is in the future. This could be like your Disney's. So they could have Bored Ape Yacht Club toys, Bored Ape Yacht Club merchandise. You've already seen some of the owners of Bored Ape Yacht Club founded restaurants, and you've got Bored Ape Yacht Club suites. There could be a Bored Ape Yacht Club movie. There's so much opportunities to commercialize this IP, and that's why Bored Ape Yacht Clubs are being traded for $100,000, because the owners of those profile pictures will get some commercial benefits to the IP Bored Ape the Bored Ape Yacht Club Yuga Labs team creates. Why is this valuable? Well, it's not just valuable based on speculation. Look at this here. Bored Ape Yacht Club raised $450 million in a funding round led by A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz, one of the biggest venture capital funds in the world. This now values the Yuga Labs Bored Ape Yacht Club at $4 billion. Think of that. You've got investors, big investors, put in significant sums of money behind Bored Ape Yacht Club. They raised $450 million, led by some of the biggest players in the space. Like, as I said, Andreessen Horowitz led the round. There were some other notable investors too, like Animoca Brands, again, one of the biggest gaming investors in the space. Some big names were behind this huge funding round, and that shows that these big investors are bought into Bored Ape Yacht Club's, into Yuga Labs' play of creating an IP, an intellectual property brand play based on the assets that underpin the Yuga Labs portfolio. Again, your Bored Ape Yacht Club, your Mutant Yacht Club, your Kennels, your CryptoPunks, your Meebits. So Bored Ape Yacht Club is right before your eyes, Web3 and cryptocurrencies version of Disney, using their intellectual property, i.e. the brands they currently own, and figuring out smart ways to commercialize these, especially into the metaverse. And I think that's the big play here. How do they commercialize their IP into the metaverse and into the broader Web2 world and appeal to the mass at large in society and drive that mass adoption around the brand? If you want a piece of Yuga Labs and what Bored Apes are doing, obviously we can't, as common investors join seed round raises like Andreessen Horowitz can. But one way to get access to Bored Ape is through their cryptocurrency, ApeCoin. So ApeCoin is the DAO currency for Bored Ape Yacht Club, and it's effectively should derive value as the Bored Ape ecosystem also improves in value. So if you can't afford a couple, $100,000 to buy the actual PFPs of the Bored Apes, you can always get exposure to the Bored Ape ecosystem, the Bored Ape movement, and the Bored Ape IP and their success through having an investment in ApeCoin. Again, not investment advice. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But this is a way that you can derive in some of the benefits of Yuga Labs and their portfolio companies without having to shell out 50, 100,000 to buy a Bored Ape. Because as I mentioned earlier, they're quite expensive. So if we look at the main NFT marketplace where Ethereum NFTs are traded, Bored Ape Yacht Club is the Ethereum NFT, OpenSea. You see here the floor price of a Bored Ape is 85 ETH. That's well north of $100,000. If you look here, 85 ETH, they're quite expensive. So if you don't have 85 ETH, upwards of $100,000 to buy one of the apes that give you access to the commercial rights, then you can always, again, get exposure through the ApeCoin. So a final note I want to leave you with, and it will help to give you some idea of why I think this is going to be a very strong project for the future and one to watch and one that has significant value and will continue to build on that value. If you look at, let's go back to Crypto Slam for some NFT based data, look at NFT rankings. And if we look at all-time NFT collections by sale volume, look at the sales volume Bored Ape Yacht Club has done. $2.4 billion. Now, this project has definitely got legs. Now, if you combine the value of Bored Ape Yacht Club's portfolio, because if you think, okay, that article said it's now worth Yuga Labs is worth $4 billion based on the raise. How can we justify that? Well, Bored Ape Yacht Club itself has done $2.4 billion of volume. CryptoPunks, $2.3 billion. Mutant apes 1.8 billion, and other deeds 1 billion. You add these all up, 1, 3, 5, 7. That's about nearly $7.5 billion of volume Yuga Labs portfolio has done so far. And this doesn't include the Kennel Club. So you can get some understanding of where that $4 billion valuation comes from and why there's potential room to grow on this and why this could be the next $100 billion cryptocurrency project. Again, not financial advice, do your own research, but this is definitely a project you want to keep on your radar and an ecosystem you want to closely follow and monitor. And also, it shows you why I think the NFT ecosystem has a lot of value and something that we shouldn't dismiss because we don't understand. We should try to learn more about it and follow where NFTs are going, because there could be a huge future in NFTs in the years to come. Hope you like that content, hope you like that alpha, and thank you for tuning into Only 3.0. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment and share. Have a good day, everyone.